Moora from here on in. Everything now is done. It's man, machine, and 40 laps of the Moora Speedway to decide who will be our new West Australian champion. It's title time. Saya and Ogle to lead them away.
Racing 40 laps ahead of us in the A main for the 24th annual SSA Productions CNWA state title here at Moora Speedway. And Kyle Sayer got a great start from pole position, and straight away Kane McDermott looking to the inside of Drew Ogle. It's a little bit untidy further back, but the green lights stay on by Riley into fourth place very quickly, and Ashley Baker hustling on the top side of the racetrack, but Kyle Sayer leads the opening lap of 40 from Drew Ogle, Kane McDermott, Bo Riley, Hayden Norman is fifth. Josh Fraser now moves into sixth place down the inside of Ashley Baker, and Jake Bly with some issues falling back through the field, and the Blights Electrics Commodore, he's last at the moment and will be out of the race very shortly.
Southwest best leaders at the moment as those two have cleared away from Kane McDermott as Rod Mazzara's gone around. He'll be able to rejoin. No, the yellows have come on. Oh, they come on very early. Very, very early. But it's still going to be the detriment to the 12 of Mazzara. From our vantage point, it didn't look like it was touched to out there to hold off Drew Ogle. What a start it was from a 13, because he continued to push the boundaries of the 95.
It's going to be a pulsating 39 laps ahead of us in the A main for this year's Production Sedan state title here in the West. Off they go into turn number one, and Drew Ogle straight away looking to the inside of the race leader, and just got the Commodore a little bit untidy, and Kane McDermott, Bo Riley there to capitalise in their Holden Commodores. Hayden Norman is fifth, and Rod Mazzara trying to work his way forward early in this one in the Crane Corp Australia Commodore, and now Shane Britton and Aidan Trewern have got together. The yellow lights have come on straight away. They all go out of try and get out of harm's way of Shane Britton, who rolled the signal well off the racetrack, did a good job. Jack McCauley, the jump on the anchor's pretty hard to stop himself running in the back of the signal that was rolling backwards in front of him.
As Britton will get his spot back, so no one was sent to the tail due to that one, so still 39 remaining in this one. Sayer will lead him as the green lights come back on.
39 laps remaining, as Morgan mentioned. Let's see if we can get some green flag running for at least a half of the race. As Bo Riley straight away looking to the inside of Kane McDermott as they exit turn two, trying to get himself into the top three. Bo Riley, twice he's finished third in the state title, once at Broome and once at Ellenbrook in 2019. Rod Mazzara spins now in Pitt's corner. Jack McCauley and Josh Fraser will jump on the brakes, as does Matt Noakes, who takes evasive action in the Moore Engines and Race Parts Commodore for Ivex Industries. And we'll do it all again. Still 39 laps remaining. Yeah, Rod Mazzara to restart from the tail of the field. Long line of cars. 21 of them, in fact. As Kyle Sayer once again leads into turns 1 and 2. Drew Ogle straight to the outside. In the Mixed Auto Works Commodore, the 2017 WA champion, trying to hit the race lead early on in this A main. He's three-quarter track high, trying to dig around the outside. In the Holden Commodore, as Bo Riley goes into third. Down the inside of Kane McDermott. Look at Drew Ogle to the outside of Kyle Sayer. He goes as they exit turn two. Bo Riley now clearly in third from Kane McDermott. Hayden Norman, Josh Fraser is sixth from Ashley Baker, Shane Britton, Jamie Higgs, and Matt Noakes rounds out your top 10. But what a race in front. What a race we've got up front as Kane McDermott spins the 31 Commodore right in front of the field. Not sure if he was helped there in turn four, whether he got a tag on the left rear quarter panel or not. But the 31 Commodore has come to grief. Aidan Trewern looks like he's got an issue with the left front of car 71. And I think Aidan Trewern's race might be done just by imagination, or is that car crabbing its way to the infield of Aidan Trewern's? Like there might be an issue on the rear of the Holden Commodore, but Kane McDermott, who qualified.
Look, so watch out for the 13 as we get set to go again.
Yeah, Hayden Norman sent to the rear of the field for the resumption of this one. Kane McDermott gets his spot back in fourth place. Back underway. Drew Ogle will straight away try and work the outside in car 13. Morgan Melvin's picked it early in this race. The 13 car has a plan, and that is to try and go around the outside of our race leader. 37 laps remain as they enter the front straight out of turn 4 in front of a very healthy crowd in the Moora Speedway club rooms. Sayer leading still from Ogle, Riley, Kane McDermott and Ashley Baker in the Western Regional Towing Commodore is your top 5. Josh Fraser is 6. From Shane Britton, Jamie Higgs, Matt Noakes and Michael Clark from the B main is already up in the 10th place.
Looks like he's got the jump on Saint in turn number 3 and 4. As you can see him claw out and back into the fray, but 1 and 2 is where Saya really gets a trump. It just looks like the top side isn't right there on the exit, and Ogle's going to have to find something drastic in these 3rd and 4th corners to make the move stick. Bo Riley has been a master in these slick conditions, and if this starts to really wear down, could find himself in a good position to take out the win. And that's why you see these top 3 have gone. They've charged away from the rest of it, as Southwest Best are really starting to show their muscles.
Yeah, great 2-car battle, these 2 Holden Commodores, 2 different models, the VZ of Kyle Sayer and the VR Commodore of Drew Ogle. Bo Riley a distant 3rd at the moment from Kane McDermott. What a battle between Ashley Baker and Josh Fraser, 2 old sparring partners from Junior Sedans, and Josh Fraser goes around the outside of Ashley Baker up into 5th place. Baker now has Shane Britton working to the outside of him as they enter Pitt's corner in the Sigma. Number 88 is Shane Britton coming on early in this state final. We have 32 laps remaining this time around. There's barely anything between Kyle Sayer in 95 and the 13 of Drew Ogle, who's 3-quarter track high. Once again, Drew Ogle trying to go around the outside of Kyle Sayer and just about had the nose in front as they exited turn 4.
And he's done what we were talking about as well, changing his line to suit the exit of turn number 2. He's found the right spot to be because he's not losing that gap that he did earlier on in the race, and has played smart for the 13 machine. As a lapping flag will come out for Ada to earn the first side of lap traffic is going to be the telltale sign of who will have the upper hand. This has been Sayer's downfall in his career. The niceness as Benny Curtin goes around, and that niceness that we were talking about may not have to come out, as all was close between Sayer and Ogle. But Turin was in the sights, and you could see Sayer just starting to think his line where Ogle
by the end of the 40 laps, and it'll be interesting to see where those 2 Sigmas end up at the conclusion of this race. But Kyle Sayer still has 32 laps between him and his first state title in production sedans. Drew Ogle, Bo Riley, Kane McDermott in the first of the 4 Falcons. Josh Fraser in top 5 as we get back underway. And straight away, as you'd expect, Drew Ogle straight to the outside of Kyle Sayer as they exit turn 2 and head down the back straight here at Moora Speedway. And Ogle's going to have a big lunge as they enter turn number 3. He's 3-quarter track high, trying to put the 13 car in the race lead, and I think he might get it at the line. They're side by side. Kyle Sayer wrestles it back underneath in the 95 Commodore, but Drew Ogle hits the race lead as they exit turn 2. Kyle Sayer ranges back up alongside with that older model Commodore of Drew Ogle. They're side by side into turn number 3. The Commodore of Sayer on the low line. The Commodore of Drew Ogle, the 2017 state champion, on the outside, and Drew Ogle hits the front in car 13 with 29 laps remaining in the A main for this year's production sedan state title.
He did a smart thing as well and covered the bottom straight away because he knew that Sayer was going to try and take it away with it. And that's what Ogle has done, and that was a big mistake from the 13, almost sliding up across the track, and it was almost major for the 95. While this is happening, one driver starting to come into play. Ogle wants to protect the line, and Shane Britton is coming through. Britton now in the 4th place, so too is coming through the 40 machine of Bo Riley. He's clawed right back in. This is going to be an absolute lung buster for the top 4. Watch Shane Britton as he tries and directs the rest of the field with him, as Rose has gained 2 positions since the restart. He's got the better of Matt Noakes, now as well Jamie Higgs, and put Baker into that as well. Leaving the door open is Ogle. Sayer back to the bottom, to the line, so close. Half a car length between the 2 of them. What a race we've got up in front.
There are 27 laps remaining in the A main for this year's production sedan state title here in the West. And it's a race between Drew Eagle and Carl Sayer up front. 13 and 95 are the numbers on the doors of those Holden Commodores. Sayer is just going to continue with the bottom side of the racetrack as they exit turn 4, and Shane Britton is the man on the charge. The number 88 Sigma, as is the 181. The 4-cylinder Sigmas, they're lightweight, they're coming on late in the state title. Barry Rose from the B main is already up in his 7th, and now he's challenging Josh Fraser and Kane McDermott for a spot in the top 5. As I speak, Shane Britton to the outside of his good mate Bo Riley. They're going to be side by side for 3rd and 4th very shortly. McDermott holding off Fraser. Rose, Jamie Higgs is 8th from Ashley Baker and Matt Noakes, the 2-time state champion, rounds out your top 10 as Shane Britton goes to 3rd, and the Sigma is on the charge. Here comes the 2007 WA Modified Sedan champion. He's storming into contention in this year's state title in car number 88 for Mendez Race Engines.
What a run it's been so far from the 88. Gripping the lip on the top, and he's trying to hone down Sayer and Ogle. Ogle's now finally found his comfortable spot, running a comfortable line. Sayer hasn't been able to close that gap, as Rose is now into 5th place as well. The 181 is coming. Rose has now closed in inside the top 5 as these bigger cars are starting to struggle. The smaller, plucky little Sigmas are coming into play. The first of that was Shane Britton, who's closed the gap dramatically on Kyle Sayer.
Shane Britton, the fastest car on the racetrack at the moment. That last time around did a 19.901. The Sigma is storming towards the front of the field. We're not even halfway home in this A-main for the production sedan state title. Shane Britton, who doesn't want a yellow light stoppage, you wouldn't imagine, ranging up on the back of the Commodore of Kyle Sayer. 21 laps remaining. So we got smoke from Shane Britton Sigma. Just as I was talking up his stocks, I put the commentator's curse on him. Smoke following from the 88 Sigma just as he was about to challenge Kyle Sayer for the runner-up position. Bo Riley is 4th, and Barry Rose from the B main, if you don't mind, who's in 5th, and will very shortly be challenging Bo Riley for B4. Josh Fraser is 6th from Kane McDermott, Jamie Higgs, Ashley Baker and Jackie Maroney rounds out your top 10. But Drew Ogle leading now by 0.7 of a second from Kyle Sayer with 19 laps remaining in the A-main for this year's production sedan state title. That smoke all of a sudden seems to have gone away for Shane Britton. It hasn't got any worse. And Barry Rose, he would love a stoppage with the 181 Sigma. He needs a stoppage to try and win this year's state title. But from the back of the bus, he's come from B20 as Barry Rose, and he's storming towards a podium result in this year's state title. 17 and back 18 laps remaining in this year's state title for production sedans. Drew Eagle, he's been faultless so far this weekend, and very shortly Shane Britton will be challenging Kyle Sayer for the runner-up position as the leaders now start working their way through the first of the lap traffic. The 9-car of Mitchell Baker, the first to go down a lap from Kyle Sayer. And Shane Britton, the 2nd and 3rd, they'll be the next ones on the hit list to lap the 9-car of Mitchell Baker as Drew Ogle just works his way through the traffic. We have 16 laps remaining, 16 to run as interest lies in the battle for 2nd and 3rd as Barry Rose continues to throw everything at Bo Riley for 4th. I think the 181 Sigma is going to go to 4th very shortly. He needs a stoppage as Barry Rose to try and win this title, but he might be in 4th place before you know it, so just get backed up a little bit behind the lap car of Jaden McCush. Josh Fraser around the outside into 4th place. But Drew Eagle has 15 laps between himself and his 2nd state title in production sedans.
It is at the moment for 4th place between Fraser, Riley and Barry Rose. Rose surprisingly the one that's been shuffled back at the onset as he now tries to do his fellow counterpart driver in Shane Britton and try the outside line. Rose has been fighting it off with Riley, who seems to be his Achilles heel at the moment. But watch out, because there's a whole bundle of cars fighting it out from 8th place backwards as Kane McDermott leads Clark, Baker, so too there Maroney, as it looks like Matthew Noakes has found a few dramas and Shane Britton is on fire. Shane Britton's on fire on the front straight, the lights still stay green and will continue on racing. So sadly for the 88, his show is all done, and now it's only a 2-horse race with a gaggle of cars right in front of Drew Ogle. Hayden Norman will go a lap down. But the quicker this race goes on, more trouble is starting to beckon for Ogle with his plethora of cars. There's 8 of them, all fighting it out for position. Ogle starting to close them up as the lapping flag comes out while they're racing. This is going to be hard work for the 13.
Distance of a heat race to go. In fact, make that 11 laps remaining for Drew Ogle as the number 13 Commodore for Mix Auto Works brings himself out of turn 2 and past the Moora Speedway sign on the back straight. Kyle Sayer trying to stay in contention as Barry Rose might have eventually got the job done as he goes around the outside of Bo Riley into 4th, and he'll set up after Josh Fraser in the Falcon, who finds himself in 3rd place looking for his first podium result in a senior state title as Josh Fraser. He's 3rd from Barry Rose, Bo Riley and Jamie Higgs, who's been outstanding this weekend. He's in 6th place. Back to Kay McDermott and Michael Clark, who now goes to 7th after winning one of the B-mains earlier tonight. But this is where it'll be interesting. Drew Ogle has lap traffic, and he has 9 laps remaining at the Moora Speedway in the Mix Auto Works Commodore. He's got an absolute swag of Holden Commodores in front of him to try and put down a lap, and he's just got enough real estate between himself and Kyle Sayer at the moment. Not that he would know it. The 13 Commodore comes out of turn 4 and down the front straight. 8 to run for Drew Ogle. What will he do with all these lap cars, Morgan Melbourne? It's going to be a very nervous time for the driver of car 13.
The gap, though, is comfortable for himself to really make and choose where he wants to be, but the thing is, he doesn't understand the gap between himself and Sayer. This time around, as they go past the line, it's 1.3 seconds between 1st and 2nd, but now that he's right behind it, that is going to decrease quite dramatically as these laps continue to tick by. There's 8 of them still racing for position while our leader is comfortably trying to take a lead as there's sparks flying along the front straight. It goes 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go in the state final, and Ogle's finally got past one. The first of them was Jayden McCush.
Yeah, he's working himself to the bottom side of the racetrack as he comes to the inside of Jack McCall and also Hayden Norman as exit turn 4. Kyle Sayer is right there to try and capitalise. Sparks come from the Falcon of Michael Clark. This is the moment for Kyle Sayer. Can he make something happen as they try and snake their way through the lap traffic down the back straight? There'll be 4 to run next time around for Drew Ogle. He hit the lead early in this one. He's got Kyle Sayer right on his back bumper. Not that he would know it. Can Kyle Sayer find a way past? 4 laps remaining at the Moora Speedway. It's Ogle and Sayer. They're the only 2 that can win this one without a stoppage. They come out of turn 2. Can they work their way through the lap cars without any dramas? There'll be 3 laps remaining of the Moora Speedway in the first ever state title to be held at this racetrack for Production Sedans. Sayer to the inside. Can he find a way past?
Massive crowd of drivers right in front of him as they try and dart their way through. It's Macaulay and Norman that are side by side. Sayer can't find a way through as well on Ogle, who's continued to play with his line. Ogle digs to the bottom and holds it that time around, but Sayer's knocking on the door. He can feel it coming. He's been in his position so many times and would love to finally have that one on the side. 1.5 laps left to run Ellis forward. It's going to be down to the wire.
Kyle Sayer's going to go to the bottom side of the racetrack as they green the white flag. Can he get the 95 car down the inside of Drew Ogle? 1 lap to run at Moora Speedway. Can Ogle work his way through the lap traffic and claim his second state title? Kyle Sayer to the inside. They exit turn number 2. The 95 Commodore. Will he use the lap car? Hayden Norman as a pick. They race their way into turn 3 for the last time. Drew Ogle runs wide. Here comes Kyle Sayer out of turn number 4 for the final time. And photo finish. Drew Ogle got it. Drew Ogle got it. By 0.054 a second, Drew Ogle got it on the line. He just held off Kyle Sayer. What a finish. One of the best finishes we will ever see to a Production Sedans state title. Oh, Drew Ogle by 0.054 a second. Unbelievable. Kyle Sayer, a big lunge on the final corner. The 13 ran wide in pits corner. The 95 come up the inside. And Drew Ogle, for the second time, is a WA Production Sedan champion. What a drive in the Mix Auto Works Commodore. What a finish. Woo! Not even worried about beyond second place after all that excitement. Barry Rose was third in the end from Josh Fraser and Bo Riley. We'll give you the official placings very shortly. The 181 Sigma from the B main to be third. I'm out of voice just about. What a finish to the 24th annual Production Sedan State title, and he's going to get the checkered flag. Drew Ogle, he won in 2017 in Broome. He wins in 2021 here in Moora. Drew Ogle, what a finish. That was absolutely outstanding stuff. Two consummate professionals of production sedan driving, Kyle Sayer and Drew Ogle. They raced hard to the line, and Kyle Sayer, for the third time in his career, has finished as a runner-up in the state title for production sedans. What a narrow finish. And Barry Rose from the B main to be third in the 181 Sigma. Whew, what a finish to the state title A main for production sedans. Let's hear it for him in the club rooms, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Ogle and the Mix Auto Works Commodore gets it done for the second time in production sedan state title competition, and you know he's going to celebrate in a big way here in the main straight. He's very, very excited. Here's Drew Ogle, my man Morgan Melvin, heading downstairs very shortly to chat to our winners. What a finish. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Drew Ogle. He's celebrating in a big way in the Mix Auto Works Commodore. He wins by 0.054 of a second. Barry Rose was 8 seconds back from the 2 leaders by the end of the race. Josh Fraser was officially 4th. Bo Riley 5th. Jamie Higgs, what a performance to finish 6th. Rod Mazzara, after all his dramas in that A main, was 7th. Ashley Baker 8th. Kane McDermott was officially 9th from Jack McCauley. But here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Ogle climbing from the car. Morgan Melvin, he looks pretty excited about his second state crown.
Come on, Moora, make some noise. Your new state champion, Drew Ogle. We've got our top 4 up on the stand here on the front straight. Wow. See if we get Dale Cockman as well, the president of the Central Midlands Speedway here. What a show it's been. That gap again, 0.054. Our officials to join us up here on the stand. But we'll give off our first sash in 4th place in the AU Ford Falcon. Moora, a big round of applause for Josh Fraser. Josh.
Oh, it's been a long time. You know.
The first thing you just said is it has been a long time.
Yeah, it sucks. I've only ever finished 1st or 4th and 5th of the title, and I really wanted that for Dad because he spent all his money on me at Calcutta and it broke his arm, so that would have been nice. But I heard that Sigma humming for so many laps, and I never want to hear a Sigma again. But I just can't thank my guys enough. We had a really bad time at Bunbury last year, and so yeah, just thanks to Dad, Mum, Marie, Grandma, Bronte, Boothie, Nikolai, Jake, Luke. All the Fraser family, all the Blight family, Curb Doctor, Goldfields Pest Control, West Bay Excavators, Nationwide Signs, Palace Property, Steve's Transportables, and just, yeah, all the Moora community. And shout out to these guys, it was an awesome race, but I think I need to go to the gym or something.
It's been a while. 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Fraser. Coming home in 3rd place. From position number 20. He plucked them off one by one, but he just needed one more. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 181 of Barry Rose. Barry! One day you'll make this pretty easy for you.
Well, I did not expect to place at all. I had an awesome race with Josh and Bo for those last few laps, and yeah, I didn't even know where we were. But that was awesome. Absolutely had a ball. I just want to say a huge thank you to all my crew and family for everything they've done. I was pretty much ready to give up yesterday after the bad luck we had, but they kept the spirits up and kept pushing, and yeah.
Let's talk about that B main first. After that run, because it looked like the car was on song, did you have that confidence that you were going to come? Because let's go back to Allenbrook, where you had to take the championship provisional to finish second. We know you can do it. Was it the belief in you?
Honestly, no, I was a bit hesitant going into the B main. Hadn't had a great run, but no, the run I had with Jack in the B main was absolutely awesome. Had a ball, and that, yeah, made me feel a bit more confident.
A lot of people you like to thank.
Yeah, Mum, Dad, especially Lauren. She's kept telling me to keep going and keep trying and not to give up. Nino and Chloe and Dickie, Sue and Tom, for all their help this weekend. Without them, I wouldn't be up here, so thank you very much.
We'll have to turn that around the other way as well, just to help you out. Third place tonight, Barry Rose. Second place, and we hate doing this, but he gave it his all, especially in those last 5 laps. All the way from Bustleton in car number 95, second place tonight, Kyle Sayer. Yeah, the other way. Oh, no. Okay. There's not much we can really say. Those last couple of laps, when you saw those lap competitors, did you breathe that chance?
Yeah, I thought we still had a few more laps to go, so I was sort of nursing it a bit, but yeah, we missed the setup a little bit, but it wasn't too bad.
Especially that start of the race where you're just rolling the bottom and just trying your best to hold him at bay. Was there any more you could have given?
Nah, so we missed the setup a little bit, but I was coming on better at the end, but yeah.
I hate doing this. We've done this so many times, but the crew, again, they've done an absolute fabulous job to get you in a position where you're here.
Yeah, I got to say massive thanks to all the crew, the family. Clint Noakes is helping us out heaps. Hayden Wells, he always gets me out of the shit. Yeah.
Moora, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for second place tonight. Just so close for Kyle Sayer. And your winner by .054. His second production sedan state champion. His third overall from Manjimup. Give it up, your new state champion, Drew O'Gould. He's put these on a few times. I think he knows what he's doing. I want to start off at the start of the race, because it looked like in turn 2 it was just, there wasn't right there. As soon as you changed your line and started getting into a bit of a rhythm, that's when you started coming on.
Yeah, look, I tried running the bottom initially. I just felt way too loose. I was watching Kyle just get away every time. If I tried to do what he was doing, I couldn't do it. My car wasn't as good as his in that department. I had to start changing it up. I looked up top. I went, well, it's worth a shot. I could hold way more pace inside. I noticed I couldn't hold the outside up. So I thought, nah, you got to come in high, come in hard, back off, go low, keep it straight. Try for that. And then when I saw that wall of lap cars, whew, I was looking at it like, how am I going to get through this? And how am I not going to let Carl pass me?
I think especially, let's go back to those last 2 corners. You hanging it all to loose right there, and you saw Carl at the bottom. Was it just, this is it, this is my title?
Oh, look, man, you never say that until you're there in that flag. I mean, look how close that finish was. Like, anything can happen. I mean, man, I think we've all seen one person or so that's just blown a motor just on the last corner, last turn, and they were running tight. I mean, you just never know, man, and I've been a bit superstitious this week. I've been seeing 2s everywhere, so I thought I was going to, if anything was going to happen, I thought maybe second, but not this.
Well, it is a 2. It's your second state title in production sedans, and those middle stages, it just looked like that car was on song.
Yeah, look, I was just getting in a good rhythm, hitting my lines, stuff like that. When we started hitting that lap traffic, it started messing me up a bit. I couldn't see as much down the back straight. I lost reference of the wall, so you're just kind of judging it. I started backing off more on the entry, just trying to be conservative, hit my marks, just try and be as smooth as possible. I know Kyle was there, so I know I couldn't afford to make a big stuff up of that because he'd take full advantage of it. I know he's one of the best drivers out there, especially at the moment. He's been on song, and yeah, I just can't believe it.
One last thing, that wall of cars, was it feeling like you had to back off and just try and hold it, or was it gang-ho?
Oh, look, I had to back off a little bit because at the end of the day, if you go as hard as you were by yourself in a pack, you're never going to come off out of it straight. I mean, I copped a little touch here and there, nothing too bad. And even so, once I started changing up my line and trying to hit the curb, I mean, I was still quite struggling to get past them.
And the big thanks has to go to the crew as well.
Oh, yeah, look, thanks goes Mum, Dad, all my crew that came out. It was just freaking awesome. All the supporters, all the sponsors, just everything. Moora Speedway, all their sponsors, all their volunteers, all of SSA volunteers. I mean, they all put in a big effort. And, yeah, it's just awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in 2021. Give it up to Drew Ogle. Thanks to the Central Midlands Speedway.